Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thanks for being here, you guys. I'm excited about today's practice. We're going to do something fun. We're going to combine weights with some stretching and yoga, getting the benefits of both. It's just a very challenging, but very rewarding, very fun, different variation of just strictly yoga and stretching. So if you have some hand weights, grab them. You really don't want to go heavy. So if you have some 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, I wouldn't go past 10 for sure, because they'll get pretty heavy. If you don't have any weights, you guys, soup cans, anything that's going to add just a little bit of resistance for you, take a second and grab them. Excited to have you. Thanks for being here. If you would take a moment and subscribe, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it immensely. And other than that, you guys have some water handy and let's have some fun. So first, just to get warmed up. All right, so finding that seated position, let's bring our hands to the shins just below those knees. Put a big old smile on your face and let's take a big breath in. Press the chest forward, arch your back, gaze to the sky. Exhale and hollow the tummy and chest. Press your spine towards the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, gaze to the sky, seated cat and cow. Exhale and hollow. So as we move through our practice today, if ever the weights are just too much, just continuing to flow between these two. If ever the weights are too much, guys, just set them off to the side. You can follow along just using your body weight. Let's do one more each direction. The biggest thing, guys, is that we just keep moving. Inhale it up nice and tall, reach to the sky. Exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. Give a little push with that right hand, lift the left side of your rib cage and feel that space all the way down that left side. Gosh, that feels good. Circling that left arm around behind. Circle the back of your body and then turn and take your gaze down towards the mat with a little tuck of your chin towards your right collarbone. Circling that left arm back up and over. And inhale, rise, reach to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up and over. All lean in, guys, and just feel that amazing stretch all the way down that side of your body. Now press that left palm into the mat as you lift that right side of the rib cage. And circling that arm around behind, we turn our gaze down towards the mat. Little tuck of your chin. I hope you're doing awesome today, wherever you are within your day. I hope it's been a good one. And we circle that right arm up and over. And inhale, reach to the sky. Both arms come up, lengthen, hinge it forward. Little tap of the mat or the floor. Reach it out and hinge it all the way back up. Circle the arms around behind you, fingertips point towards your bottom, press and lift the chest to the sky. Opening up that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. Inhale, core strong, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Little tap, lengthen and reach, hinge it all the way back up. Circle the arms around behind. This time, as those palms come to rest, we press and lift those hips to the sky. Oh, opening up that whole front of the body. Stretching through the shoulders. Slowly bring your bottom back down and circle those arms up and over. Let's come forward and up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width, core is nice and strong. We're just going to sway those hips side to side. As big of a motion as you want it to be. Find that breath. All right, guys, so we're going to get into those weights as we continue to warm up. If you don't want to use those weights yet, just don't. Coming back to center, grab your weights. So we're going to be on those hands, on the weights, shoulders right over those hands, core strong. So we're still in our tabletop position. We're going to extend right leg. We're going to reach out with that left arm, lengthening, reaching, lifting out of that right shoulder. Breathe. Now as you inhale, pull the elbow and knee in, hollow the tummy and chest, and then exhale, extend it out. Inhale, pull it in. So if you're on rounded weights, guys, just be very careful that you're not going to roll to one side or the other. So if you have weights with a flat side, definitely make sure that that flat side is against the mat. Let's do one more. Pull it in and press it out. and release it down. Center your weight. Now we extend that left leg. We extend that right arm. Reach it out. That weight is heavy, and that longer lever makes it even heavier. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, hollow it out. Draw the elbow and knee in. Extend it out. Pull it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, pull it in. Keeping that core strong. Really working those shoulders, glutes and hamstrings, core. Last one. And release it down. Release your hands off of those weights and sit it back to child's pose. Checking in. How do we do with that first one? Breathe. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk those hands up and over those weights, reaching through those right fingertips, and press your hips to the right. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands over to the right. Be mindful of those weights. And reach through the left fingertips. Press your hips to the left and release the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk those hands back through center to child's pose. And let's walk those hands back up to tabletop. So we're just going to keep those weights kind of to the inside, just out of the way. Hands on either side of those weights to shoulder width apart. Core is strong. Now we're going to really work to keep that 90-degree bend in those knees, and we're going to lift that right knee straight out to the side. Breathe. And bring it down. And lift. And bring it down. And lift. And down. 3 more. Lift. And down, really working to keep that 90 degrees, to keep those shoulders square. Last one, firing up those obliques. And release it down, and we take it to the other side. We lift. And release. Keeping that core strong, guys. Draw that belly in and up. And lift. And release. 3 more. Lift. How are we doing? Release. Lift. Release. 1 more time. Lift. And release. Awesome. Sit it back to child's pose. Little shake of that booty. Letting go of any tension or tightness in that lower back or those hips. And again, those weights just stay out of the way. Extend those arms out nice and long. Hands are shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to lift the forehead, tuck the toes, and press and lift your hips to the sky. Up to our downward facing dog. Oh, feeling that stretched on the backs of the legs. Pressing through the palms of the hands. Guiding that weight back. Let's inhale up to the balls of the feet. And then exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And exhale, let your heels gently sink. And we inhale it to high plank. Holding your plank. Find your breath. Slowly lower down. Now your challenge is to feel those weights right below your tummy. And then press it back up. Did you feel them? Let's do that again. If you didn't feel them, guys, and we don't want to go that low, it's absolutely fine. And back up. Let's do that 1 more time. Take it low. Working to feel those weights. And then press it back up. Lift your hips to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands, start to walk your feet in. Walking those feet in towards the weights, and then taking a hold of those weights. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Arms are heavy, head is heavy. Breathe. Now, if you are taking special care of your lower back today, guys, and pulling up those weights is really intense and too much, bend those knees and start to walk those hands up your legs as you roll up with support of the weights. Otherwise, roll it up. Let those weights be heavy. Let your arms be heavy. So we always want to take care of that lower back. So if you need that support, guys, and walking those weights up, that's a great way to do that. Shoulders roll up and back. Let's do that again. Shoulder shrugs. These are so great, you guys. Letting go of tension and tightness in the neck and the shoulders. Working those traps, those beautiful muscles on either side of the neck at the top of those shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Big shoulder shrug. Breathe. And we're going to shift our weight to our left foot. Find a focal point out in front. And we're going to lift that right knee so the big toe just barely touches. If you like, lift that right knee and flex your foot. Rotate your palms towards the front, and we bicep curl up and lower down. Lift it up, staying tall through the crown of the head. Lift it up and lower. Breathe. So we're firing up those biceps. We're working on our balance, all those stabilizing muscles in the feet. Breathe, keeping that core strong. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Gently set that right foot down. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left knee bends. Big toe just barely touches the earth so the knee is facing front. You can keep that big toe touching, or you can lift that left knee and flex your foot. This time we're going to do hammer curls, so your palms stay facing you, and we lift the head of the weight right up towards your shoulder. Breathe so the palms stay facing towards one another, kind of like you're holding a candlestick, if you will. Breathe. Just working that second head of the bicep. Still working the core. Firing up that quadricep on that left side. With that foot flexed, can you feel all the muscles along the outside of your shin? Pretty cool. 3 more. Breathe. And let's do 1 more. Release it down and release your foot. Roll out your ankles. Both of them. Good work, you guys. And coming back to center, big shoulder roll up and back. Core strong, and we hinge it forward. Just let those arms gently hang. Soft bend in those knees. Nice flat back, just as best you can. We turn our palms to face our legs. Back of the hands facing towards the top of the mat. And we're going to pull those elbows straight up to the side. And release it down, keeping that core strong. With this hinge forward, guys, that's a lot of weight. Holding through the lower back. Should feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings and those glutes. That's an active stretch because they're working pretty hard too. And here we're working the muscles in your back. All of the posterior chain kicking in here. Breathe. Just steady. Find a rhythm that works for you. And again, if you ever need to put the weights down, you just put the weights down. We've got 1 more. And either bringing those weights in towards you to control and help that lower back, or let those arms be heavy. And let's hinge it all the way back up. With a big shoulder roll up and back. Breathe. Once again, we shift our weight to our left foot and we lift that right knee. Now we're going to extend that right leg and allow your heel to just gently touch. Now you do not have to. You can lift that leg as high as you want. We bring the hands to the shoulders and we're going to press it out and pull it back in. Press it out and pull it in. So we're working to keep that leg as long as we can, as high as we can. Working on that balance and stability. I want you to feel solid. Rooted into the earth through that left foot. 2 more. How we doing? Challenging. Release the arms, lower the leg. Nice work. And we shift our weight to that right foot. Left knee bends. Breathe. We extend that left leg and allow that heel to just gently touch. So about maybe 1% of your weight on that left heel, as little as possible. And if it feels right to you, yeah, lift it. Now those arms are going to hang, and we're going to do a lateral raise up to shoulder height and bring it back down. Up to shoulder height and bring it back down. keeping that left leg or the knee as high as you can. So if that leg is long but it's lower, awesome. If you can lift it a little higher, make it happen. Breathe. Just to shoulder height. It can be lower. And again, you can put those weights down if you need to. Last one. And release it down. Whoo! Give those hips a little shake. Roll those shoulders. Breathe. Let's pull those hands up towards the shoulders. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Little space between those heels. Take a big breath in and sink. And as you exhale, press and extend to the sky. Inhale and sink to chair. Exhale and extend and press and sink. Exhale, extend and press and sink. As low as you want to sink. No death grip on those weights. Just letting them rest right along the palm. Breathe. 2 more. And last one. Pull those hands down to the shoulders and then release them down. Nice job, you guys. Open up those feet. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Placing those hands shoulder width apart. Weights facing front and back. Walk your feet back to plank. Holding your plank. Breathe. Now we can be on the weight or on the ground. You decide what's right for you. Let's open up those feet. You're welcome to come down onto your knees if you like. We're going to pull that right hand right up by the ribs and set it down. Left hand and set it down. Alternating rows. Keeping that core strong. Breathe. Almost there. Keeping those hips square. Those hips want to shift. Don't let them. One more each side. Go ahead and set those weights off to the side. Keep those feet wide and press it back. Ah, that feels good. That wide-legged down dog. Checking in. And let's inhale it to high plank. Walk those feet back in. Crocodile down, toes or knees. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. Find your breath. How you doing so far? Good stuff? I hope so. It's fun, but it is challenging, isn't it? Goodness. Breathe. And as you're ready, let's walk those hands up. So I'm just going to slide down my mat a little bit, and we're going to come to hero's pose. So if you are in hero's pose and your knees are like, hey, this is not a good place for me to be, put a bolster or a pillow or a blanket underneath your bum, between your bum and your heels, to give you some padding and a little lift to take some of that intensity out of the knees, but you still get this nice quad stretch. We're going to take our weight. You do not have to. You can just use the weight of the arms however you like. That's perfectly fine. If you like, we're going to have those hands right by the shoulders, or you can cross those arms. You decide what's right. Core is strong, and we rise. Extend the arms and sit it back. So I want a little lean back as you rise and as you lower. So the more lean, the more intensity. So if you've got that bolster behind you, just let your body sink into that bolster. Remember, we're taking care of those knees. We're working our quads, our hip flexors, our shoulders, the core. Yes, indeed. And rise and lower. 3 more. And rise and lower. Last 2. We rise and we lower. Last 1. We rise And we lower. Stay low. Sit up nice and tall. Let those arms come down. So you should have plenty of room to let the arms just hang unless you've got really long arms. And then I would suggest sitting on a bolster just to give you that extra room. And we're going to alternate bicep curl. So we're still sitting in our hero's pose. And we're just alternating. One hand and then the other. Breathe. Tone in those arms. Find your breath. Nice little reprieve here, actually. A little active recovery feels pretty good. One more each side. Some of those exercises are pretty intense. And let's come forward and we're going to set our left weight off to the side, bringing that left hand to the mat. And we're going to come to our tabletop position, pulling that right hand right up by the rib cage. As high as you can get that elbow. I want you to square the shoulders, keep the core strong, and we're going to extend that right arm straight back. Extend. Breathe. Your pace, your breath. Work in that tricep. Two more. And we're going to go ahead and release it down and just go ahead and slide that right hand, the weight, over to the left, right hand to the mat. Again, we're in that tabletop position. We lift that elbow just as high as you can get it, keeping those shoulders square. Extend. So the only thing that should be moving is that lower portion of your arm. Elbow remains high. Rest of the body is super still, keeping that core strong, supporting the back, and managing the amount of movement that's happening. We don't want there to be any movement other than in that lower portion of the arm. Just that extension and flexion through the elbow. Breathe. Last two. And last one. Go ahead and set it down. Roll it back over to your right hand and grab a hold of that left weight. Beautiful. So we're going to walk it up onto those knees. All right, so we're going to incorporate some legs and some balance, some shoulders and some arms. So we're going to take that right foot. We're going to bring it forward. As you rise, bicep curl, lifting that left knee, overhead press. Bring it back down. Left knee comes down. Right knee comes down, arms extend. Now we take it to the left side. Left foot comes up, bicep curl, overhead press as you stand to lift that right knee. Bring it back to the shoulders, knee comes down, and release. So we're alternating sides. Right foot bicep, overhead press, knee lift. Hands to the shoulders, left knee down, and release back to a kneel. Left foot and press. Bring it back down and kneel. Right foot, press, left knee, and back to kneel. Left foot and press. So we're managing all of that movement. Asking our body to figure out how in the heck to keep us stabilized as we're moving. If you lose your balance, it's okay. That's what we're going for, is challenging our balance. Breathe. Let's do one more on each side. Mobility, functional movements, getting up off the floor. Last one. Nice work. Sit it back. Release those hands. How you doing? Good stuff. Come on over onto your hip. Sweep your feet around. Let's take one weight. And we're going to take a hold of it in each hand. And we're going to lower back and lift those feet to boat. Breathe. If you like, lift those arms overhead. If you like, extend the legs. Just hold and breathe. Keep that belly button drawn in. Shaky's good. Pull those knees back in. Bring the hands to the chest. Bring the soles of the feet together and round it over. Go ahead and set that weight off to the side and just round it over. Breathe. So nice full body work there, you guys. Let's just grab one weight and bring it out in front of our toes. And we're just going to slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time, till we sit up tall. So go ahead and take a hold of that weight, and we're going to extend those legs out long. If you need to adjust and slide a little further down your mat, please do. Options: knees can be bent, feet glued to the earth, or legs long. You decide what feels good to you and your lower back today. As we roll back, keeping the elbows bent, touching elbows stay bent, touch that weight behind your head, and then come up and reach. Bring it back to the chest, roll it down. Tap overhead, coming up, and reach. Again, back to the chest, roll it down. Tap overhead, elbows are bent, and bring it up, and reach. Elbows bent, take it back, bring it up, and reach. Two more. Tap overhead, reach it up. Last one. And reach it up and roll it back. So we're going to stay back. One more little tap and bring it back to the chest, and go ahead and set it off to the side. Let's draw that right knee in, lifting that left leg. Pull that right knee in so that left leg is just hovering. We lift the upper body and tug the knee in twice and switch. 2 tugs and switch, keeping that belly button drawn in. If your neck ever gets tired, guys, and you need to bring that upper body back down, yep, just make it happen. And 2 tugs and switch. Breathe. One more each side, and then we're going to lengthen that leg. So now that right leg stays long. 2 tugs and switch. 2 tugs and switch. So we're just scissor kicking those legs. And again, at any point, if you need to bring that upper body down, I know that neck can get tired. We don't want to make it angry. One more each side. Now lift those legs to the sky, open the arms out to a T, lowering that upper body down. I want you to really glue the lower back to the earth, and I want you to do scissors as we lower. Only as low as you can keep the lower back on the ground, and then bring it back up. So we're pointing those toes, and we're shifting those feet front to back, front to back, front to back, just alternating. So a little different variation of our scissor than what we did with those legs long and those 2 pulses. So just alternating, front, back, front, back, front, back. So these should kind of add on, right? The progression should also influence the intensity. So you should be feeling these in that lower abs, maybe those hip flexors, maybe the inner thighs with these guys. These are good. This is our last up and down. I want you to go super slow on the way down. Maybe an extra 3 little crosses. And release, pulling that right knee in. Left hand to the outside of the right knee and gently pull your leg across your body. Turn and take your gaze out over that right arm. Awesome job, you guys. I hope that was fun. I hope it was challenging. I hope it was new and different for you. I don't want you to get bored. I want you to stay interested in your health and know that there are so many ways to take care of your body. Just keep moving. That's the biggest thing. Rolling it back to center. Placing that right foot to the mat and just extend that leg out. Left knee comes in, left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and gently pull your leg across. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Oh, yes. Turning and taking your gaze out over that left arm. Better than a cup of coffee, you guys. Better than a Snickers bar or any of the other vices that we use to give us energy. We put healthy stuff in. We move, we breathe, and our body says, thank you so much. I thank you so much for joining me today. And let's slowly roll it back to center. We bring that left foot to the mat, and then the right pulls up. And we're going to open up those feet just a little bit, turning those toes just a little bit pigeon-toed, and let your knees come to touch. So just adjust the width of your feet however you need to. And then either resting your hands on your tummy, down by your sides, or you can even take those arms overhead. Just take a second to close your eyes and breathe. I want you to take a second and thank your body for taking this journey today. And then thank your mind for thinking of doing this today and coordinating with the body to make it happen. That mind-body connection, you guys, is pretty intense and pretty amazing. Now if those arms are overhead, switch so the other hand is on top. Let me take a moment to just assimilate all of the hard work that we have put in today to our well-being. Let's draw the knees in, hands behind your thighs, and rock yourself up, or just safely come up to a seated position. And let's turn. Rest the hands comfortably wherever you like. Possibly turn your palms to the sky. Drape your wrists over your knees. Bring your index finger and thumb to gently touch. Relax your jaw. Soften your eyes. And we take a moment to set an intention for our day. Our intentions, my friends, can really be a saving grace, as sometimes can get a little screwy. Those days can get a little crazy. And as we set an intention for our day, that's always kind of our home base. So remind yourself throughout the day of what your intentions are, and are you following along with that? You are in control of how you respond to what goes on around you. Always choose to respond in a kind, loving way. Stand up for yourself, but never be mean. Respect for yourself and for others. Know that you have no idea what somebody else might be going through. And when you are the recipient of their negativity, guys, let it wash over you. You are stronger than that. You are a beautiful being, and I appreciate you so much. Let's gently bring the hands to heart center, open those eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that really was fun, and I hope you have just the best day ever. Be well, my friends, and until the next time, light and love to you and all whom you love. Until the next time, namaste.